Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today Nvidia finally launched the next generation graphic series, which is codenamed Blackwell, and which is the GeForce RTX 50 series. So I was really excited. I watched the entire keynote of Jensen, and there were so many interesting things that I found out. So let's just talk about what is Blackwell and what are the pricing that is there in India, and when can you maybe expect those GPUs to become. So where if you go to the website, this is the overall design. It's a two fan beastly fans that are installed, and interestingly we still I think have the 12 watt power connector. I think the one that was already there in the 4090, I'm not sure, but in the images it looked like it was. So if you look at the overall architecture, it has the fifth generation Tensor cores, the new streaming multiprocessors, and fourth generation ray tracing, which is DLSS. So DLSS 4 is coming in Blackwell, and of course you can expect much better AI performance. And if you talk about the AI performance, it is almost like more than three times the performance of a 1490, and it's a beast of a card. And let's just keep on scrolling down. We have all these different technologies that are involved with the GPU. But interestingly, if you talk about the overall performance, if you look at this now, 5090 is now being compared to, of course, 4090. Now 4090 now was, or we can say now was, the fastest desktop gaming GPU, but not anymore. Now, if you look at the numbers in Far Cry 6, Plague Tale of Requiem, Cyberpunk, Alan Wake 2, Blacksmith Wukong, and other softwares, you can see the 5090 performance is almost two times, or in some cases more than two times, the performance of a 4090. And if you only talk about ray tracing, it is almost 1.5 times the performance. And of course, DLSS is the is going to be great in the 50 series. Now let's go back to the 5080. 5080 is compared to a 4080, and we can expect a similar performance, about two times the performance, with ray tracing and DLSS, and up to 1.3 to 1.5x the performance in terms of, you can say, raw performance. Then we of course compare 5070 Ti with a 4070 Ti, similar to twice the performance and 1.5 the performance. And of course the 5070 with the 4070 more, again almost twice the performance, ray tracing, DLSS, and 1.5x the performance. Now interestingly, what Jensen said is that 1570 is similar to the performance of an RTX 1490. So of course, if someone has a 1490, and if someone is planning to buy a 5070 now, or maybe you can say that if I don't have a 1490 and maybe I was planning to buy a 1490 and it was obviously very expensive. Now 5070, interestingly, the price that they launch, and the US pricing was like $549, but then I'm going to talk about the Indian pricing as well, and later in this video. And the prices that are defined for the type of performance that we are getting, I think it is quite justified. I think the pricing is good. Now obviously, the founder editions are very limited cards in India, and it is really hard to get one of those. But then we'll see what is the AIC pricing, like Zotac, Asus, Gigabyte, MSI, 3D, and all the other brands. Let's see how much pricing they bring in. So that is one story. Then we of course have all these latest games that are coming in the future, and whatever the games that we have, I think all these games will definitely be used with DLSS 4, so that we can get much more performance. And if you look at, though I can't play this video, I'm not sure, the 5090, if you use Cyberpunk, you can see from 28 frames we are going to like 242 frames, so almost 10 times you can see, from 28 to 242. So DLSS off plus DLSS 4, 10 times the performance of, I mean, this is insane. So it obviously depends upon game to game and what settings of DLSS we are playing. Are we playing on quality? Are we playing on performance? And then so on. But then, of course, DLSS 4, it's definitely going to be a huge thing. Then, Jensen also talk about the full ray tracing with new low rendering that definitely optimizes much more better performance, and you can see that in the image. Then of course, we I think Nvidia Reflex 2 is coming in now. Nvidia, I think Reflex 2 will have much lesser latency as compared to Reflex 1. So this is something that he didn't talk about in the presentation, but definitely we have this video, and I'm going to surely make a video of this in a separate video, because Nvidia Reflex 2 is coming in. So that is really great for all the esports gamers who are playing Call of Duty, CSGO, PUBG, Valorant, the finals, and all the other esports game. I think it's going to be great. And then of course, all the AI PC creative, all the creators, developers, all these students. It's gonna be great. Now, if you overall look at this chart, if you look at the performance, like we have DLSS 4, then let's go to a 4090 and let's see. So a 4090, if you look at the AI tops. So AI tops is something which tells how much is the AI power of that particular GPU. So RTX 4090 has 1321 AI tops, and if you look at the RTX 5090, it is almost like three times the AI performance. And of course, we have the fifth generation Tensor cores, we have the fourth generation ray tracing cores, and also interestingly, if you look, we had the 8th generation NVEC encoder, and we have two encoders in a 4090. But whereas in a 5090, we have three separate NVEC encoders, and these are 9 generations. Then we have two in 5080, we have two in 5070 Ti, and we have one in 5070. And then of course we have two decoders, which is also a next generation decoder, two in 5080, one and one each in 5070 and 5070 Ti. Then of course it comes with GTDR7 memory with a higher memory bandwidth, and of course 5070 will be 12 gigs, 5070 Ti will be 16, and 16 will be 5080, and of course 32 gigs GDDR7. And the memory bandwidth has also increased to 1.7 times. So that's really great. Now let's talk about the India pricing. So interestingly, if you look at this, so if you want to buy a 5070, it will roughly cost you about 59,000 rupees. So let's say, of course, founder edition will be slightly cheaper, maybe card from Zotac, MSI, or other. Maybe they might have a pricing for maybe 65, 66, between between 60 to 65. It can reach up to 70, I'm not sure, but if there's a limited stocks available in the first lot, it might be slightly expensive, but this is the standard pricing that you can expect. And interestingly, what I can see, if a 5070 is a similar performance to a 4090, I mean, this is a great pricing. I mean, for like 60,000 rupees or just under 60,000 rupees, you are able to get a GPU which matches the performance of a 5090, almost like a you're paying almost like a one third price for a 4090 that is priced as of now, or almost like a one fourth price, because 4090s are very limited and they are really expensive right now. And then we have 5070 Ti. I think my personally, I am planning to buy a 5070 Ti. It comes with 16 gigs. It has dual NVEC encoders, and of course, at a price about 80,000 rupees, it will be a great 1440p or maybe a 4K monster. And I'm gonna plan to upgrade my monitor as well. So for my personal buying, I am really thinking of buying a 5070 Ti, because I already have a 4070 Super. So from a 4070 Super to a 5070, still I might get a great performance uplift. But for me, 5070 Ti, I mean I'm looking for that. And of course we have a 5080, which is just about like more than a lakh rupees. and it is, I think, and of course 5090, it is a beast. It is almost like a three times performance. So 2 lakh 14,000 of course for a 5090. So for the India pricing this time, I'm actually really happy that we are getting these monster GPUs for a decent price, because whatever performance uplift that we are getting, or whatever technologies, the new technologies that are coming in with all these Blackwell GPUs is really great. So let me know in the comment section below what do you think about the 50 series launch. And I think soon they're going to be available later in the January, maybe a 5080 or a 5090. I'm not sure of the exact date, but whatever information that I uh, have, or whatever information that will come in the future, I will definitely let you know. So I am really excited for this Blackwell new generation of GPUs. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about the technology, what do you think about the pricing, and what do you think about the overall performance uplift that we are getting in DLSS plus ray tracing. So thank you so much. I'm going to catch you guys later. See ya.